maybe. The dog needs some smoke leaf. Now that I just cannot abide. Cannot prioritize, will never do plant cutting. You know what? Everybody should have like a level 4 plant cutting if they can do it. You're just actually, yes, you will never do it, okay. Hauling steel to stockpile. Well, you don't have the steel yet, so I'm going to actually tell you to come back here and grab this pine tree. Will SR get delirium tremens if he doesn't get the go juice? Yeah, there actually are, like, pretty bad withdrawal symptoms, to be honest with you, that makes some undesirable impact, unfortunately. Usually makes very unproductive colonists, at least temporarily speaking. So, Caped Eggy, your job is to finish the floor, and then we got, or finish the beds maybe even before the floor. That's probably still not enough. I'm just getting my sea legs back as we prepare. Where are you going? Cleaning rock rubble. I mean, important, but not as important as getting these beds up. Genuinely, you can force him to smoke weed every day until his addiction ends. Yeah, but let's be honest, like, if we're talking about growing some plants right off the bat, I'm going to be mostly concerned with growing, like, potatoes and corn maybe right off the bat, some rice, and then we can get the drugs back a little later. Oh, you know what? We should also make a, an animal sleeping spot. And this stuff should definitely be hauled, like, immediately. Cannot haul slate chunk. No empty accessible store. Oh, right, because we need to, like, make a dumping zone as well. So, zone, dumping. And usually you want your dumping zone to be, like, a little further away. Will the VODs be on YouTube? That's the intention, yeah. You got it. Get this out of here. Oh, it's sleeping already. I mean, we don't have any night owls, right? Like, let's go quickly check traits. Nudist, right? Yes. Gay, green thumb, kind, chemical fascination. No night owls, so they're good to sleep overnight. Thank you for hauling that. That's going to be good for our mood bonus. And then tomorrow, we can start to work on these growing zones. So, alright. What do we need to do to make growing zones happen? First off, I'm going to go orders. And I'm going to remove the plans for our stockpile, because we already have it. And then I'm going to issue, like, a enormous, like, chop wood order here. And then an enormous cut plants order. We're going to make sure that everybody has the ability to actually cut plants. And then we're going to establish some growing zones. I guess we could. They would already automatically do that when we establish the growing zones, but we got to do it anyway. And we have plant cut and chop wood, I think, are the same thing. I know it's not that enormous, but this is like, it's the first day of RimWorld, you know? You gotta take it slow here. Just make everyone a cannibal. I mean, I always dream of making my colonies like a utopia. Doesn't cut plants overwrite chop wood and it doesn't give any materials? No. Does cut plants overwrite chop wood? You know what? It actually seemed to. Good, good feedback. We need the wood, especially. Alright, I mean, haven't you guys slept long enough? We still got some stuff to haul, probably. We definitely want to, like, deconstruct that ship chunk at one point. Major break risk. I mean, the dude's not going to be in a good place. Oh, cut plant takes out the tree no matter what its maturity level is. That makes sense. The major break risk makes, like, actually perfect sense. Caped Aggie, like, You know, it's 8 a.m., it's time to get up. We work on a farm. You're not a YouTuber. You can't get up at 8 a.m. Build a dang table and chairs. Oh, that's right. This dude has a gun, which is not a great idea for somebody having a major break risk, but it could be fun, so I'll allow it. Soil. That's good. You know, it fertilized 100%. That seems, or fertile 100%. That seems smart. So let's get a grow zone established here. That's architect zone. Growing zone. And usually growing zones was like 8x8 is the ideal growing zone. Even though this one's on top of a freaking geyser. Potatoes doesn't bother me. And make another growing zone. 8x8. We'll make some rice and then we'll wait for the other orders to be finished, just to keep things safe. Don't put it on the geyser. Can the geyser light all the crops on fire? I hope not. For reasons that are hopefully pretty obvious. Man, his mood is in a bad place. Probably should check for fertile ground. I think it is. I mean, it's fert 100%. I don't know. It's possible it can get over 100%. Oh, he made it over his go juice addiction today. How long does he have left until that's, like, under control? Oh, he's high on go juice. Where are you keeping the go juice, dude? Where's he keeping the go juice? He's got like a stash somewhere. You know where he's keeping it. So we're going to do one more grow zone. For food at least. Should be an 8x8 grow zone. Usually I do potato, rice, and corn. But let's be honest, I don't really know what I'm doing. And then we can do another growing zone. And then like split it. Like 8x4, 3x3, 4x3. And then do we have anybody who can make this grow heal root? Yes, we do. That's important for medicine. And then we can have like some daylilies for enjoyment's sake. And then some smoke leaf. Please line up that building with the crops. You have a problem. Like, who cares? You know these people live in 3 dimensions. Start doing 3-hour RimWorld episodes. Hey, on today's episode, we're gonna move this one tile up here. Let me first, I gotta simulate getting in touch with the building contractors. Hey, excuse me, City Hall, do I have your permission to move this wall 1 tile to the north? Thank you. Someone's idle. Cape to Eggy, what the heck, dude? I mean, do I have you on, like, idle mining work? No? Well, congratulations. My new episodes are shorter, I promise. I was the guy, like, in the first year of university, we played so much Settlers of Catan when we probably should have been in class, but there was, like, one girl that we played with all the time who would always get a little bit upset if the cards for the resources weren't stacked, like, perfectly. And then anytime she wouldn't look, I would just, like, nudge it with my finger a little bit to kind of disrupt the pile. And then she'd look back and, like, reorganize it together so it was perfect. And then I would just knock it over again. I live in the chaos, okay? I thrive in disorder. So I think the next step, it would be good to have a workshop. But I think I'm going to start by just creating... I mean, we got a lot of wood right now. Ahaha. So I think it would be good for us to maybe make... like a leisure room. We're going to leave 2 tiles. That's something I remember sucking at last time. It doesn't have to be huge, necessarily. We're going to make a leisure room with with a couple of different exits. And the idea here is we're going to put down a table, we're going to put down some chairs, and then they'll eat their meals here, and they won't be as sad about things. Make it one tile wider than the sleeping room. Look, I might be a madman, but I'm not a monster. Everyone's going to sleep. We can be on speed 3. We should also, like, save. And this is, like, substream save 01. Creative. We should have another colonist showing up soon, as well, as my guess. Usually you get, like, a pod within the first week or so. I know we're on, like, day 2, but we also want to put down a wooden floor. Hey, his 500 saves are gone. Check the Go Juice Addict's gear tab. He should probably start creating some. Yeah, especially if he's getting up at 3 a.m. Ooh, okay. So I see the problem here. In 3 days, this guy's gonna start to probably have, like, an extreme chance to be extremely moody. Actually, it might even take less than 3 days. Need defenses. Oh, no kidding. And need a meal source. Well, that's like... We have someone on hunting, right? But we need a refrigerator to make meat work. And to make that happen, we need electricity. So... Wean him off of it? Oh, I mean, I'm gonna wean him off of it. Because I don't have the ability to make go juice that quickly to begin with. How many meals do we have? No, that's medicine. We got 29 meals. That's 5 days of meals, I think. Still, start primitive technology style, right? We don't need the electricity immediately. Now, remind me some things about electricity, or give me the ability to recall some things about electricity. We make our generators... Well, like, solar generators go outside, but the batteries that they feed into should be inside. That seems correct. Okay, good work, team. Just go speed 2 for a minute. We're going a little too quickly here, I think. I mean, we're not making record progress, but going too quickly in terms of, like, the actual work being done. So we'll make, like, a short table. Put some dining chairs around it. This might take up, like, all of our remaining wood. The dog barked, and I was actually... My initial reaction is, oh, there must be a secret room around. And then the next step is, I think, to get some electricity going. Which means we'll need a house for the batteries. You can put batteries in the fridge. And then they explode when they get too hot. Okay, well, that's good to know. And train the dog. Yo, we got things to do before we train this dog, man. Cold batteries? Yeah, cold batteries just last longer. Didn't you ever, like, oh, the TV remote's out of batteries, just toss them in the freezer for an hour, and then, you know, you get a little bit more juice. It's just science. 2 colonists idle. So, that means we should get to work on some construction. Don't they just randomly explode? I think that indeed might be the case. And yeah, the other thing I was going to say is we should put a stockpile under our roof. So, can we just construct, like, a wooden wall, like here, maybe here, 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 and here, and then designate it as roofed? It's like 8 tiles apart or something? 1, 2, well, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, try it here. Try it here. Might not be exactly center, but it's, like, relatively close. And then we should, I mean, we can get attacked from this side, but I think we're in a good spot because it's a marsh. That this is actually, like, defensible. Like, if people come in from this side and we have turrets, they're gonna be like, oh, blah, 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 da, 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 da. You know, we're gonna mow them down in the freaking hard home fields here. So I think I'd like this is my least vulnerable side to be attacked from. This is where I should be a little bit more concerned. So anything we put over here, I think, is relatively safe. I'm not sure, though. Why is NL acting so reasonable today? Well, I'm trying to figure out a good place to put my my first solar generator. And we're probably going to need more than one, so we should maybe put it in a position that can be expanded upon. But, like, I sort of think that this is, like, not a bad location, although it does... Maybe this is, like, a good beachhead for us to have, and we should just build our solar generators, like, down here. Although, again, they could attack from there. It's not like that's not possible. I think if we just build here, it's okay. The Canucks shouldn't have protected the Sedines. Armchair hockey fans, man, shake my head. First off, this is the last year of their expensive deal. They can re-sign if they want to as, like, creative second liners. Secondly, they have a no movement clause, so unless they waive it, they have to be protected, and they deserve to have a no movement clause for their loyalty to the organization. Was there a pile of restricted meals placed down and just left? No. I think all the meals have been brought to the stockpile. And the first thing we need... with the solar... I mean, we need batteries, of course. But the thing we need electricity for is a refrigerator. Oh, bottom left, there's a few meals. Okay. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. That's actually huge. That buys me, like, a lot more time. Relative, at least. Appreciate that. So I think the safest place to put a refrigerator is probably, like, in the mountain. But it does mean that we could subject ourselves to insect raids. The other alternative is to just, you know, we could build, basically. 4 entire meals? Is it? It is only 4. Okay, I mean, it buys us half a day. Not a lot of time, but half a day. So we need a battery, and of course we need conduits. I would rather not build into the mountain because the insects scare me, but they are, like, guaranteed walls. If you put down a floor, it stops the insects. Yeah, but if we trigger the insects before we can put down a floor, I'm gonna be a sad man. And we have nobody that's good at mining, right? Like, our best miner has 3. It might be faster to just cut trees and construct something out of wood, but it's gonna require a lot of wood. The first thing I'm gonna do, though, is just need meal source, need defenses, need batteries. Oh, no kidding. Takes a lot of digging. Visitor. Seems to have a few items to trade. All right, come on down, Lindsay. You're the first contestant on Will You Be Killed for Your Materials? We have good medicine right now. He's only got 6 meals. We'll see. Yeah, the RimWorld always starts like you're gonna live the greatest colony that's ever been produced. And it always ends with things being just horrible. Right now, we're like, we got a nice little quaint colony, but we're gonna have to start making some difficult choices pretty soon. And we're gonna make it so, like, animals will eat our food if we just leave it out here, so we're gonna make it so that all this food is kept in a refrigerator, but we need to figure out what we're gonna do. So, spare her. Well, I don't want to, like, let's be honest. not in a great position to be making enemies, so I think it would be wise to spare them. I don't really want to build my refrigerator down here. All 3 are idle. Well, I'm on pause right now to figure out what I'm supposed to be doing. They're going to go to sleep in like 10 minutes anyway, but... I'm also... you know what? While we're here, why don't we... you want to give colonists like 2 hours of joy time, like right when they wake up, right? And then work time? Let me know if this is correct. Because I might be, like, underestimating this. I also believe, like, right now they get 8 hours of sleep. I believe they do just fine with 7. So we could give them, like, another... We could make them go to bed at 11 and get up at 5. Or get up at 6, I guess. 7 is enough. I like to give them a little break in the middle. I guess they do need to eat, right? So, you know. There you go. Looks very pleasant. Build horseshoes with pins for them to play during joy time. Okay, that's on the docket. Fridge, then joy time. That is a sadistic work schedule. Give them 1 hour joy before work and 1 hour joy after work. The only reason I bring this up is like, everyone's like, oh, 12 hours of work. If you don't work for 12 hours in this colony, you're 3 people on a foreign planet, you're going to die. I'm sorry to tell you. You got to work for 12 hours. What are you going to do? Watch, you know, Agent Cody Banks 2? You got nothing else to do except make the colony function. Break in the middle isn't that great of an idea, because by the time they walk back from where they are, their break is over. Well, that's why I have it at 2 hours, because oftentimes, like, they can't eat breakfast in 1 hour. They got, like, a Rob situation going where just relieving their bodily functions takes them 45 minutes. So, I don't know. I'm going to give it a try for now and see how it goes. And then we're going to get to work on our refrigerator, I think. We'll see. 5 to 6 for joy, work for the rest of the day, and 3 hours of joy before sleep. We'll give it a shot for now. Like, for now, I'm going to leave it as is. So they don't go to bed until 11 o'clock. So we actually have a little bit more time. Are we going to mine? And make, like, a refrigerator right here? Someone should talk to Lindsay. Or are we going to... not mine. And build a wooden refrigerator out here. You know what? We need a house for the batteries as well. And I'd rather have the house be inside of the cave so fires don't spread as easily. Let's go for it. So, orders. The mining is going to be very slow. So we'll make it a small refrigerator for now. So that's going to be like our wall. This is going to be our entrance to the refrigerator. One of the entrances to the refrigerator. And then we can put the batteries in the fridge. We don't need to mine this. It's just so it makes like a little bit of a flush wall. One colonist idle. Honestly, like, everybody should mine a la carte. But who has our best social stat? That is... Caped Eggy? No, it's SR. Yeah, please talk to our 69-year-old drug addict for how we're going to trade here. So you got survival meals. Honestly, in my experience, I end up with, like... never mind. It's like... Originally, I was like, yeah, dude. I'll buy 3 meals. Then I realized he's selling them for $77. That's ridiculous. Goodbye. You hear how slow the mining is going? I'm not paying $77 for an MRE. I'd rather eat my own pets than give you the satisfaction. But you know what? It's out of the goodness of my heart that I'm not going to have you killed, Lindsay. You got a sweet duster? I want it. I will take it one day. Is that, It is jade. So that's, you know, resources. Basically money. Lindsay, I don't like you walking around with a gun. Well, we're just hanging out here. Stove, campfire, or nutrient dispenser. Well, actually, that's the next step as well. We put the stove in the fridge. And we put all the food in the fridge. And then they just cook, drop, cook, drop, cook, drop. It actually works pretty well. As we've seen many times in the past. Forbidding doors. You can forbid doors so colonists and tame animals won't go in them. I'm sure chat will remind me of that when our dog starts eating our food. You need a butcher's table as well. That's right. Goodbye, Lindsay. Are you like Lindsay Buckingham, or Lindsay like Lindsay Bluth? Does the stove heat up the fridge? It does, but not by like a considerable amount, if I remember correctly. Since